All right, so here are two stocks that were reporting earnings last week that either gapped up or gapped down. A lot of you guys like when I make videos like this, and if you do, all I literally ask you to do is smash that like button and make sure you subscribe if you guys haven't done so already. Let's go ahead and jump into the screen. The first one that we need to talk about, one of the biggest losers last week, and this is because it reported earnings, is Meta. Meta, which is again previously known as Facebook, went from highs of 508, almost 510, all the way down to 399. So I think it sold off 15 to 16% during the peak of the sell-off. Let me go ahead and double check. No, more. Again, taking into consideration, it gapped up and then gapped down. So 22% is what it actually sold off. It did begin to show signs of what we like to call a dead cat bounce. When something sells off so much, then it automatically begins to recover. I wouldn't be surprised if the NASDAQ market going into next week, because of the next series of big tech that reports earnings, if those don't come in as expected, then we can see a whole nother wave of potentially some selling pressure and potentially going right back down. But if those big tech companies actually exceed expectation, then maybe Meta can actually go from 440 and work its way back up to $500 a share. But a lot of you guys like when I talk about oversold companies that are, this is one of the most valuable companies that's publicly traded. It sits at a $1.1 trillion market cap. So I just wanted to make sure that you were aware that yes, Meta did sell off, but it sold off due to its guidance for up and coming quarters. And Meta was also extremely bullish for all of 2024 and even 2023. And it's seen an amazing performance this year so far. So if it does recover, I wanted to kind of do the math for you guys. It offers about 20% ROI if it goes back to previous highs of about $5.30 per share. But if it does end up selling off back to the previous lows that it made, which again is a possibility, it offers about a 10% downside. So just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of that. And one of the biggest gainers from last week is Snapchat. So Snapchat not only exceeded expectation for earnings per share, but also for revenue. It's been making a lot more money off of the ad placements that it's had, as it's been reducing its overall expenses, and almost that restructure that we saw 2 to 3 quarters ago. I don't know if you guys remember, but Snapchat has been going through a really bad trading rut. We saw a huge gap down the previous time it reported earnings. So I wanted to ask you guys down in the comment section, is this gap up from Snapchat a short-lived positive catalyst? So what that means is this just like a pump before it dumps right back down? Or is this a potential reversal where Snapchat is actually gonna work its way back up to go from $7 per share all the way back up to the, I would say, pandemic, right? 2021, that pandemic boom that we saw, the post-pandemic boom that we saw when Snapchat hit highs of $83 per share. So you guys let me know down in the comment section what you think. But again, I wanted to do the math for you guys. If Snapchat does continue to uptrend, which again, this thing moved 27% in just one day, and that was Friday of last week, due to exceeding expectation. Is this an overreaction, or can this thing continue to rally 20% based off of previous resistance? Or is it going to work its way back down to previous support, and that would offer about a 28% downside? Again, for those that potentially want to short it. I want to remind you, shorting is not recommended for those that are complete beginners that don't know how to manage risk or take profits. So please make sure you take that into consideration. And I did want to remind you also, what big tech companies are reporting earnings next week? We have Amazon and we have Apple. Again, two of the most valuable companies that are publicly traded. And yes, I will be live streaming for free those earning reports. And all you literally have to do is subscribe to the channel and make sure you turn on your post notifications, because if not, YouTube will not notify you. So I hope that it earned your thumbs up. I hope to see you for tomorrow's live trading session. If you learn better by watching other people do, just like I do, I think that you would really enjoy being able to watch me trade live, where you get to see every entry and every exit I take during that live session. If you want to tune on in, that's that second link in the description down below. And if you have any questions before joining LPP, shoot me a message or a comment down below, and I'd love to answer any questions you might have. Appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.